Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. It is the Thursday. It's the Academic Foxhole, and this is Mac Gaming Thursday or Computer Gaming Thursday. How are you doing? I hope everything is going well with you all over there. Hi, I'm Trooper SJP, and we are set up to play Disco Elysium. And how's it going? What's new? What's exciting? Hey, Hawkeye, how are you? Hawkeye and I talked overlays recently because Hawkeye's got a very secret project that I will not spoil what it is. Uh, oh, Krellin, you do get a song. That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about when do I lay this song on you as a big surprise? Except that it wouldn't really be a surprise, right? Um, uh, yeah, you get a song. So before I give anybody a song, I'm going to lay out a couple of things. One, it's hot. That's the first thing. Two, I'm in an office that has no air conditioning. The apartment as a whole has air conditioning, but I only have to hope that some air conditioning gets into the apartment, into this little office via osmosis. Three, I cannot use my little box fan because it's too loud and it messes with the audio. So if I look a little sweaty, that's what it is. Also, I'm probably going to be just kind of checking out. I think that what happened last time, remember last time period where I died, the internet died like twice. It was terrible. Hold on. I have to remember two things. Post Seasons of Death video. Okay. Good. Sorry. I think it's just because I think my computer got too hot. I think my computer got too hot and it crashed the internet. This is my theory of the matter. It might have been not have been my computer, but I'm thinking it was either my computer or the university's internet. I don't know which one, but there you go. Did I see the Midst Roundtable? Hello, House of Dreams. How are you? I've not seen the Midst Roundtable. By the way, I'm pretty sure I'm caught up. I've not seen any new Midst on my podcast feed. I think the only thing I might be missing is the new YouTube Midst Roundtable, MIDST Midst Season 3 Roundtable. Let's go here for a moment. Let me see if I have missed anything. So that's the Season 3 Roundtable, which I have not seen. Playlists. Critical Role, Midst, View, Full. Let's see. Season 3, Episode 19. 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure I heard that. Wait. Audio drama to some themes. They never give you a recap for that episode. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, no, I saw the last episode. Listened, I didn't watch it. I listened to the last episode of Midst. I am caught up on Midst, but except for the roundtable, which I'm going to have to catch up on, obviously. The roundtable's exciting because we can see their faces. Ooh! Oh, I'm excited to see what they look like. If you saw the big battle I did, that was finally okay. And Sarah knows how to bring the listeners, viewers in. They had me at Penguins. So, here are my thoughts, everybody. Just a side note. All of you who are hanging out, hi, welcome in. We're playing Disco Elysium probably today. We were just talking about Midst, which is a podcast by 3 Canadians and hosted by Critical Role. and it just had its finale, and it was great. That's a great podcast. I recommend it. It's really cool. I will say that at first I bounced off of it, but that's because I did not realize at the time that I can't really. Oh, hold on. You don't need this at the moment. Here, let's do that. And then let's also do that. I did not realize at the time that I am not the kind of person who can listen to podcasts while I'm doing anything else. Like if I'm going to listen to I can have a YouTube video on in the background, but I can't of something that's not important, but I can't really listen to podcasts eh, in the like I can't do other things while I'm listening to a podcast. Except there are some things I can do. I can do physical activity. Like if I'm washing dishes or if I'm riding my bike or I'm driving a moving van from Massachusetts down to Atlanta and back, then I can listen to podcasts. I just can't listen to it while I'm doing email or anything else. I just can't do it. So, Krellin was the one who gave me the suggestion of listening to it when I was on my bike, and I said, "Okay." And so then I did, and it was great. And then I was like, "Oh, this is wonderful. I can listen to this." And then I did, and I listened to all of it, and it's really good. I recommend Midst highly. Third person did a thing with Liam and Marisha in the same world that we will get a trailer for in a couple weeks. Ooh, oh. So my understanding is that the story that we got with Midst is over. They're not doing it forever. They're done with that story, but I think they're not done with the world. I think they're going to be apparently we're going to have a story with Liam and Marisha in the same world, and we might have more over time. So that's pretty exciting. Krellin says most people can only do one language processing thing at a time. So, like, if you're trying to read or play a video game that requires reading or talking or listen to a video, you can't also listen to a podcast. Yes, yeah. The story of Midst is over. Good time. Hey, boys, how are you? Oh, I'm making a note of a thing I have to do, also that involves you. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Boom, filled out. Well, written down. Uh, Good time zone, fellow game devs and gamers. Hello, hello. But the world, yeah, scheduling is important. So here's the thing I was thinking about. It's interesting because there are some things I can multitask on and some I cannot. I find that I can have a YouTube video on when I'm doing email or other things, but the YouTube video cannot be anything that I care about. Uh, what I mean by that is, for me, the kind of YouTube video I can have on in the background is usually something like something that does not require continuous attention that you can just kind of check in on in the background. Generally speaking, what I have on the background is like a react video, like somebody reacting to like a TV show or something, or like I'll have the news on, but I don't really listen to the news so much. I'll have like basically something that is that I don't have to look at and that I don't actually have to concentrate on, that I can have on where if I just sort of check in, I can be like, oh, this is what's happening in the news, or this is what's happening in the React, but nothing that actually takes my attention. That I can do. But I can't do that if whatever I'm doing as my primary thing actually requires my concentration. Like I'm not like I can do going through my not reading my email, but going through my email and like deleting spam, that I can do. Anything that doesn't actually require concentration, I can have both things going at the same time. But other than that, I cannot. It's not a thing I can do. And Crown says it's because I'm not really processing the background video. Basically, I'm only like lightly processing. I'm also only doing light things over here. I cannot do both. Boy says I usually have kings and generals in the background. I've been following historical and current events so closely that pretty much all of their videos are just refresher courses. Excuse me for one moment. Uh, 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 YouTube, kings and generals. I'm just gonna put up a new tab. Just gonna just gonna put up a new tab for me to look at later. There you go. That's what I'm doing. So let me see. Let's give a hello. Darkness, my old friend, I've come, to talk to you again, and visions of something something sleeping and then also something weeping. The sounds of the "Hello, darkness, my old friend, come to speak to you again." From from the vision of the slowly sweeping and something caught something while I was sleeping. So the first one is weeping, first line of that couplet, something something weeping, and then
We're in the money.
something something while I was sleeping, and the words, no, that's cold and damp. The words were written on the subway walls and tenement halls. That's from a different part of the song. But it what what I'm saying, it was the sound of silence is what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I want to tell you. And the vision, thank you. Oh, something flash of the neon light. Right, we're all getting little bits of and the visions which were softly creeping, ooh, came to me as I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains. That is such a good song. I learned something, by the way, which I'm going to tell you right about now. They're doing a fantastic ongoing series on the Russian invasion of the Ukraine. Horrible conflict, but generally impressive reporting. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, Rissa, I memorized the sound of science after college so I could have something to run in my mind to try to expel earworms. Ooh. So I learned something new as part of my last semester's final project for my students. And that was, so this is something that I already knew, but then in the process, excuse me, in the process of doing this final project for my students, I learned some new things. One of the things that I learned was, oh, good, this is not causing you too much. Uh, I'm not messing with the mic. Uh, oh, oops. Honestly, I would much rather be here, half remembering this out of science lyrics than doing cover letters for the umpteenth time. Ooh, speaking of which, I have to change this. Let me just change the nightbot while we're here, since that is actually absolutely wrong. So I wanted to tell you something. By the way, I have singing to do. And by have, I get to do singing, and I'm going to do them. I just thought I'd let you know. But BG content. Yeah, so Simon and Garfunkel. Atomica says, fun psyche thing. Best way to stop an earworm is to spell and say acronyms because it changes the brain's gears and stops the earworm. Hey, Max. So here's what I wanted to tell you. As you may or may not know, I knew this. Simon and Garfunkel made that album that has the sounds of silence on it, and they put it out and it went nowhere. It was not popular. It didn't go anywhere. They had already put out a couple of albums beforehand, and none of them had gone anywhere at all. And they were basically thinking, yeah, this thing is just not working. Right. So they broke up. And one of them, I think Paul Simon, I think went to London to do stuff in London. And I think they were just doing other things. They were no longer a band. And then this guy remixed the sound of silence to make it sound a bit more like folk rock than, because it was just the original version of Sound of Silence did not have the jangly guitars and the drums and all that stuff. It's just purely acoustic. And without their knowledge, this record producer remixed it and added the drums and the jangly electric guitars and all that stuff and started playing it on a radio station in the Boston area. And the students from the university that I work at and also Harvard kind of fell in love with it, and they were just listening to it and like mad, mad, mad. It became super popular in this particular kind of in the Boston area, which by the way was of course an important place in the 60s. And from there, it spread downwards to other sort of college spaces, and then throughout the Eastern Seaboard, then became this huge, massive hit. And Simon and Garfunkel had no idea because A, they'd never heard the remix, and B, they didn't know that this was happening. And then it became this big thing as they got back together and became the Simon and Garfunkel that we know. But I knew all that, but what I didn't know that it was basically college students from my university and the various other universities in the Boston area that really brought it back. And because of that, by the way, when Simon and Garfunkel did their first, they came they performed at my university um, right after their hit because you know. So there you go, bit of information. Song challenge: sing in the money to the sound of silence. In Pig Latin or not in Pig Latin? Let's try not Pig Latin. We're we're in the money. We're in oh darkness, my old friend. We're in the money, in the money. We're in the money, in the money. We've we're in the money, in the money. We've got a lot of what it. Oh, I I cannot do that on the fly because I'm having conflicting lyrics and sounds in my head. Uh, we're in the money, in the money. I've come to talk to you again. We've got a lot of what it takes to. We've got a lot of what it takes. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money. We're in the money, in the money. The skies are sunny, skies are sunny. Wait, we're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money, the skies are sunny. Old man depression, you're through, you've done us wrong. Oh, okay. Oh, darkness, my old friend. We're in the money, in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money, skies are sunny. No, we're in the money, in the money. Got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money, skies are sunny. Old man depression, you're through, you've done us wrong. We've never read headlines about bread lines anymore. Today, we never read headlines about bread lines. No, hold on. I'm the wrong line again. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We're in the money, in the money. Got a lot of what it takes to get along. We're in the money. Skies are sunny. Old man depression, you're through. You've done us wrong. Krill's like, no, actually, I hate this. It's hard to merge them, right? Uh, it's hard to merge them. Let's see. I told you again. And in the darkness, slowly weeping, till my heart while I was sleeping. We never read headlines about breadlines today. Mm. And when we see the landlord of silence, and when we see the landlord it's really hard to put this into space. I'd actually have to see it visually before I could actually port it over. Yeah. Okay. Song challenge. Oh, I got you. I love that this just broke Trooper's brain. He's doing music algebra in his head. This is what I'm more than the actual singing. Yeah, they're totally different cadences, right? They're such different cadences that it's really hard to like. They're just so different, right? Yeah, yeah. Hawkeye says this would require pen and paper, and I think it would. I think I got the first part, but yeah, yeah. I imagine a karaoke track would help. I have to work it out first. This is now how chat ensured that there would be no Disco Elysium that day. Uh, that said, House of Dreams, it reminds you, what does it remind you of? Hey, Schmelzer, by the way, Krellin, I did want to tell you, the name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you that I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name you treated like it wasn't there, wasn't there. And then a B or an F or M will appear. And then I say, Bo, add a B and banana fana fo. Then I say an F very plain.
Name game.
And then a fee and a fi and a mo. Then I say the name again with an M. With an M this time. And there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Better. That one works a little bit better cadence-wise, I will say. Oh, also House of Dreams solo. I love how I accidentally continue my pseudo rivalry with Carl at total collateral damage. But that said, come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treated like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F, or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fana, and foam. Then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. Then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Krellin, Bobellin, Banana, Fana, Fofelin, Fee, Fi, Momelone. Krellin, House of Dreams, Bobouse of Dreams, Banana, Fana, Fofouse of Dreams, Fee, Fi, Mouse of Dreams. House of Dreams, the name game of silence. The name game of silence. And then also, thank you so much for those subs. I very much appreciate it. Also, I did need to say, because Atomica gave bits and also a brain break. I am going to do it, by the way. I just want you to know that I really thought about it, and I am going to try moving in. I've got a bookshelf that is not super tall. I mean, it's tall, but it's not like massively tall. And I'm going to move it into that one middle panel where the window is, since I just won't open up that shade. And And then if I put that there, then I can put all of my music books in that bookshelf, and then I can move the rest of my RPG books into these shelves. I'm going to do that because we talked about it together, all of us as a group, and that's what I'm going to do. It's a bit awkward because there's this like lip that comes out. It's not like the wall doesn't come down straight to the floor. I mean, it does, but then like this little lip comes out that's like, I don't know, 6 inches maybe, uh, where there is like a little air conditioning vent thing, but it doesn't work. And so I cannot put the bookshelf flush against the window because of this like 6 inch lip that comes out, which means the bookshelf is gonna, oh, maybe just that won't work at all because the bookshelf will then be 6 inches away from the window, just sitting out here all awkward style. So maybe I can't do it, but I was gonna do it. I was really excited. I was inspired by you all to bring in this bookshelf and put it there, and I thought it would solve all of my problems. But now I'm thinking about this creepy 6 inch lip. Maybe I could get wood or something and then prop it up in the front so that the bookshelf can sit on top of the 6 inch lip. Oh, but that lip is where the non-functioning air conditioning thing is. At least I'm pretty sure. Sometimes I think heat comes out of it. I don't know. Oh, I thought I had everything solved, and now I don't think I do. I'm gonna go and sing "We're in the Money," as sung by Ginger Rogers from the film Gold Diggers of 1933, which means I'm singing it in Pig Latin, and I'm doing it for Atomica. Airway. I was gonna sing it as The Sound of Silence. Airway in. No. Airway in hey the anime. Airway in hey the anime. Ivoyat galeat we avoyat weird wakes to utate gale young way. Airway in hey the anime. Either I skays are ani say. Old me and the adiation pray uyari udre you stay on my young rayo. Even eat red leonsley, avoid briansley, ute day. And we see the and Lord will look left the eye or in the eye. We're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Thank you so much. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the bits and also the resubs, everyone. And also, now I was so excited about the idea that you all gave me, and now I'm thinking I can't do it, and now I'm sad. PB Plays Inside, how are you? PB Plays Inside, by the way, is going to be our third agent. Our third agent for Seasons of Death. PB Plays Inside is going to be spring, and I'm excited. That will be happening after I get back. How did Trooper end up in the hospital? Atomica gave him an aneurysm. It's payday. I love how I accidentally continued. Okay, so I wonder if it's easier to set the Sound of Silence to the name game. Actually, I think it is easier. How to subscribe to the channel I actually watch. Aww. By the way, you've got to link with me the actual name of the channel that you're going to be on before you go, so I can then find it. So someday you're going to learn that in actual Latin and just blow our minds away. Oh, I feel like we just have to ask Prax. Prax Agordas Meforia is a Latin teacher, or has been a Latin teacher, so Prax would know how to sing the name game in Latin. We'll have to ask Prax. That's what we're gonna have to do. By the way, we're gonna play Disco Elysium, but I got something in the mail, and I thought I'd open it up because I know it's game related. I don't know what it is though. It's either a Kickstart. It's what I Kickstart too many things, and then I forget that they exist, and then I get presents, which are really exciting, unless I forget to look at the Kickstarter email, and then I just don't get them. So we're gonna find out which one it is, what this is, because maybe you'll be interested in it. I mean, I'm excited for whatever this might be. Let's see. As in many things, whether it is classical languages or AAA performances, Prax delivers. It is true. Okay, in here, this is a box that's got stuff in it. I see dice. I see cards. I see things. Okay, woo. I just dropped something. What did I get? I don't know. Okay, so I got a die. This looks to be a three-sided die. So I have a three-sided die. Okay, I know what this is. I've got two three-sided die. I've got small little
Name game.
name games. Small little beads, little tokens. This has a heart on it. And these, I don't know, little markers, I guess. And the game itself, this is a solo game, by the way. Final Quest. It's very shiny. I'm so sorry. You can't see that very well. We're in a real renaissance of solo games, by the way. So this is Final Quest by Stephen Hart. It's still shiny. There we go. And it says, I'm gonna sing. Don't you fret. The story. You were travelers, adventurers, and heroes for hire. You and your party had a mission, a quest, if you will, to slay the beast who shakes the earth, as the locals call it. To reach it, you descend into the dark, dangerous depths of the Caverns of Morn, aptly named. You never reached the beast. The last thing you remember were the war cries and the overwhelming numbers of underlurkers as they swarmed out of the darkness, and the desperate sounds of your friends as they fell under their claws and fangs. Then you died. You come round in more pain than you've ever known. The troll amulet around your neck burning against your skin, and the taste of fresh blood in your mouth. You're crumpled in a corner, clothes torn, armor stripped, weapons and equipment gone, but you're alive. Your magic amulet, now fused and powerless, brought you back from the dead. Trouble is, you're miles underground, wounded, lacking weapons or supplies, and your friends are dead. Two questions come to mind. One, can you get out alive? And two, can you avenge your friends on the way back? Time for one final quest. Completely self-contained game books. To play, all you need is this book. All the rules are here. A pack of regular playing cards. Final Quest specific cards are available from thegrinningfrog.com. Here they are. A few D6 dice. 8 of them is ideal. A pencil and eraser. So this is a new solo RPG that I got that is very card based. It was kind of I kickstarted it. Kind of exciting. I thought I'd share that with you. That I got that. But I got my box set of Bessa's Bed and Breakfast. Ooh, I've got some things that I ordered, and they I know, I want to know where my Tales of the Valiant are. Somebody else got theirs. I am suspicious that my Tales of the Valiant might be because okay. So here's a thing you have to know about my life. In the summer, I can't get mail. I have a post. Okay, so I have a. All right, so I have a post office, PO box. Wait, I should back up. I live in a dorm, and this dorm does not deliver mail year round. So as a faculty member, I am not supposed to. Okay, by the way, my package was shipped 12 days ago. So I imagine, and it was being sent to my PO box. Okay, great. So here's the thing. I cannot get deliver. I do not have a home address. I don't have a home address. That's really what it comes down to. So because I don't have a home address, I get stuff delivered to a PO box. Easy peasy, right? Except that starting a few years ago, the post office no longer it shuts down over the summer. The official post office. And so in the summer, I can't get mail. Now, there was a woman who ran the post office. There was only one person that worked at that post office, the post office near me. and she'd been there for like 20, 30 years. She was great, lovely, wonderful. And because she had to come in, and the thing about it was that they would deliver mail to our PO boxes, but you can't put packages in PO boxes. So what we were supposed to do is go over to the main post, walk, because I don't have a car, walk over to the main post office and then pick up the packages. They would leave a note in our box and that we have one. We'd have to go all the way over there to pick up packages. Now she was like, since I'm going to be here anyway to deliver the mail, I will let you know when I'm here. Like I'm here between 9 in the morning and 10 o'clock. If you come in during that time period, I'll let you in and you can pick up your packages. I'm like, great. So we did that for the last couple of years, and she just moved. She put in a call to move to a different post office. And so she is no longer at our post office, which means I no longer have somebody who, not just me, the people who, all of us who had PO boxes there. So the post office itself wouldn't be open, but she would be there from 9 to 10 so we could at least get our packages. But she's no longer working there. So if I want to get my packages, I have to walk all the way to like downtown other city to get my post packages and then walk back with them. And that's not really great. So what I tend to do is get my mail delivered to my office, like my teaching office, because our building is open during the summer. But it turns out that Tales of the Valiant was shipped to my post office and not to the office. So it's probably sitting down there in the main post office, and I'm going to have to go at some point in time down there to pick it up. I try really hard. And then the other thing is, just so you know when you're like, deliver this thing, I'm like, great, but FedEx and UPS do not always deliver to PO boxes. So I tend to say, please deliver this through the US Post Service. A, that's cheaper and it will be delivered to me. But sometimes when you order things, they just deliver it via the UPS or FedEx without your consent or letting you know. And then it gets returned to sender and they're like, sorry, FedEx or UPS couldn't deliver to your post office. And now it's been returned to us. And I was like, oh gosh. Or FedEx sometimes just delivers it to an address that I lived at 15 years ago that I do not live at now without telling me. Uh, because it's some, yeah. Anyway, all I'm saying is that I've got excitement when it comes to mail. I really thought you were going to say Renaissance of shiny book covers. We might need that. Boyce says it'd be hilarious if that was part of the name, the Cavern of Morn (parenthesis aptly named close parenthesis). Actually, no. Well, yes, um, that would be good. Step 1, live. Step 2, revenge. Yeah, I think that would be good. The RPG sounds awesome, right? So I think it'll be good. Atomic says, so I have some good academic news. I did the math. When I finish at community college this fall, the minimum GPA I should have if I do the worst I've done, B's, I should finish about a 3.5, which is good. If I ace everything, I'll end with a 3.7. Should make applying to uni and double majoring that much easier. Absolutely. Someone snipe your box. People don't tend to snipe my box. Well, I mean, if they look, this big terrible thing happened. Fantasy Flight Games was doing this big sale where they were basically kind of like going out of whatever they were going out of. And so I ordered a whole bunch of cards for the Call of Cthulhu card game, like a lot of them, because the Call of Cthulhu card game, they were no longer producing it. They had all this back catalog. I was able to get all of the everything for like a tenth of the cost. So I ordered everything. I got it delivered, and I was like, "Where is it? Where is it?" And they're like, "We delivered." I was like, "You did not deliver it. We delivered it. You did not deliver it. Where is it?" And I tracked them down, and they delivered it to that address that I lived at 15 years earlier, but they didn't even deliver it inside the building. They just kind of delivered off on some side. Like it's a the building I used to live in when I first got here was an old elementary school that was converted into apartments for new faculty. And there was like a side door that is not actually a door, and they just dropped it off there, but they never told me that it was even there. And by the time I found out that's where they put it, I went to look, and of course it was gone. And what happened was that Fantasy Flight Games gave me a refund, but I didn't want a refund. I wanted all of those cards that I cannot get anymore, right? So I was very sad about that. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Thank goodness it at least will be going to your PO box. One hopes. Also not donuts or chocolate. Yeah. 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 Makes it only to mail to Trooper during the academic year. If I can, if I know, because the problem with, so here's the thing. I try not to deliver all of my gaming stuff to my office because they're like, what's this all about? And it's like in the way. I do it in the summer because it's not that big of a deal, but try not to do it during the school year. The problem with Kickstarters is that you never know when they're going to be delivered, right? Because it's going to be like a year or 2 years before you finally get anything. So I tend to have my P.O. box on there just because, right? That's all. I'm just letting you know the difficulties by life of not actually. There are other difficulties about not having a residential address. Um, Bank accounts, driver's licenses, taxes, voting. There are a lot of things that are difficult if you do not have a residential address. I've got it mostly sorted for the most part, but you know, you know. Not going to a super high end uni. Their honors range is 3.2 or higher. The CC mat is 3. Nice. Carlos says FedEx and UPS shouldn't exist. USPS should handle all deliveries because they're the only ones with the actual infrastructure to do that. Yeah. And also the thing about FedEx and UPS is that they don't have this, no offense to them. Like I'm not blaming the workers, I'm blaming their bosses. They're putting these like really weirdly tight schedules. And so if they look at a building, they don't quite, I mean, how many times have you had that situation where you're like, please ring the doorbell so that I can sign for the thing? And then they're like, nobody was there. And I was like, no, I was right there. But like we rang, I was like, you did not ring. I was there the entire time. And because the reason why they do that is because they're under this insane time crunch that they have to deliver so many packages in such a time period, they're going to get in big trouble. It's a much tighter time frame than they really are allowed to have. And so they just like drop it off and go. Anyway, it's just really like it's the worst, is all I'm saying. And I don't blame them. I think that they're under like sometimes they don't even get to go to the bathroom, those drivers. You know what I mean? Like they're that's hard times. Hard times. We need to find someone local with a real address you can use for packages. Yeah. Until USPS goes on strike, which is why someone started UPS. Um, I don't know if they're allowed to go on strike anymore. Right? I don't think they're allowed to. I think that was some kind of law that was passed where they're not allowed to go on strike anymore, I think. I think. Um, but that said, I did want to say something. It was somewhat important. It was the name game. Come on, everybody. Oh, yeah. My Spanish is too bad to do it in Spanish. I can still do it in German though. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I could make a rhyme because I don't know the word rhyme in Spanish, but I bet it's also just rhyme because you know how it is. Out of anybody's name. I'm trying to say it in Spanish and I'm just thinking German. The first letter of the name, treated like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F, or an M will appear. And then I say boo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. Then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. Then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Faultiel, 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 but Faultiel, banana, fanner, for Faultiel, fee, fi, mo, Maltiel. Faultiel, the name game. Woo! Thank you for that resub, Voltail. Much appreciated. Rissa asks, what is my streaming schedule like? And I will tell you. I will also fan myself because it is hot. Check the temperature of my computer because I'm paranoid. Okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. And unmute you all and myself and then tell you the answer to that question. And then also get caught up on chat. Okay, so let's see. UPS and FedEx have their uses. It's commercial. The problem is too many people started using it for personal use. Oh, Vulpes. Oh, that's interesting. So today is Thursday. Here I am playing the Disco Elysium, and I'll be watching Critical Role tonight. If you want to hang out with me and chat on the Discord, we can, because this way you don't have to deal with the chat with like 20,000 people. Do you have your stream eggs ready to fry on your computer for dinner tonight? Actually, I already fried eggs earlier today. I had a breakfast burrito. In case you want to know what I had a breakfast burrito, which was a big tortilla, scrambled eggs, corned beef hash, refried beans, salsa, and then cheese. I don't have any sour cream, so none of that, but that was my breakfast burrito. And by the way, the cheese was sharp cheddar cheese, because if it's not sharp cheddar cheese, I don't know what the point is of any of that in life. I did want to ask her some sketchy questions, but I don't think... By the way, what we need to do is convince Kim that we're going to go to sleep for the night, and that we should see each other later. I don't know if I can do that, but we're going to try to do that. So my thought is, I don't know if I can do that at the old place, you know, at the where I'm sleeping for free, which would be awesome, but I'm going to try. Oh, speaking of which, hold on a second. Let me check something. Great. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't in game mode, because game mode, I feel like, is when I get sadness. No, I did. I ate everything. Had a breakfast burrito. It was delicious. It was really good, because corned beef hash with refried beans and eggs in a tortilla with sharp cheddar cheese and salsa is just what life should be about, really, in my opinion. It's over 100 degrees where you are, so I'm sorely tempted to make sidewalk eggs for dinner. Hey, sidewalk eggs. Who's sleeping there, do you think? Somebody's sleeping there. Do you know what? We can't find out. Let me see if I can convince Kim to go. Oh, no. Okay. I think my place is up here. So my streaming schedule for today, I think this is me. Do I just tell him that I'm gonna go to sleep?
Yes.
I want to talk about you.
What about me?
Kim, you're wearing a Revolutionary Air Brigade jacket, aren't you?
What? These? It's just seasonal clothing.
He zips up the large collar. And look at those airman pants. Good for storing tools in.
Where is this going?
You see, Kim, I have this place in my head where I develop new ideas and connections.
Interesting. I think it's called the brain.
What? Oh. Maybe.
It's no mere brain.
No, we're not gonna... No, it's more than that. Anyway. In this special place, I have come to suspect that you have some kind of thing with the Revolutionary Air Brigades.
I do not have a thing with Revolutionary Air Brigades in particular.
Just air brigades, then.
Okay, I wanted to become an aerostatic pilot. Then I turned 10 and realized we no longer have an air force.
Are you sure the Revolutionary has got nothing to do with this? Just asking?
Absolutely nothing.
Thank you. My mind is satisfied.
Good.
Okay, that's all for now.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Okay, sure. So, I'm gonna go in this door.
It's getting cold this late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Okay, well, good night, Kim.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Okay. Okay, I'm not going to bed. Now I'm sneaking out, okay? We're sneaking out. Okay. I can't believe I'm going somewhere without Kim. This seems like a really bad idea, and I don't like it. But I've got to find the communists. Today's the day where we find the communists. Let me back up. There we go. I'm going to get in trouble without him. It's going to be really bad. I just wanted you to know that this is such a bad idea. I really should go nowhere without Kim, since he's really smart and not unhinged, and I think his liver works well. But I need to find the communists, so, you know, I don't like what's happening, but... Oh, hey. Oh, his car's gone. He must have driven it somewhere. Oh, that makes sense. He probably has actually a home. He probably actually has a place where he sleeps. Right. Of course. I'm out in the middle of the night without Kim. Does anybody else think that's pretty weird? Like... Oh, I'm feeling really nervous now, everybody, because, Kim's not here. I'm very concerned about speaking to anyone or learning anything without Kim here. I really feel like this is a bad idea, but I have to talk to the communists. Yeah, he's also the only one who seems to have my back. Everybody else seems to be not having my back. Small vent. Being socially polite truly sucks sometimes. You know what? Being socially polite will keep you safe. That's what I'm going to tell you. Sometimes it is a matter of your safety in our current day and age. So, you know, that is all I'm saying. Okay, but now there are going to be communists around here. The question is where to find them. Wrong button. Oh, you know what? Might as well quick save anyway, since I'm here. Might as well. I'm going to look at my clothing and the things. I've got a whole bunch of skills, which is great. Okay. Armor pieces. Secret passages. Still don't know way to get in there yet. Body to processing. Not done with that yet. I should probably... I know where I can get the paint. Okay. This is not the point. Attend Steban's meeting at the Cape Side Apartments after 10 o'clock. Okay, I've got, like, just a few moments. Well, I've got to go help Egghead with the beat. I actually feel like I have that, right? It's fine. Just walk past the fishing village. I should not have gotten rid of him. Oh, such a bad idea. Everybody, it's a bad idea. Let's wear clothing that helps us with rhetoric, shall we? Yeah. Comedy, absolutely. Sometimes it's about safety for real, absolutely. More like, it's not polite to rub someone else's dog's nose on their proverbial rug. Yeah, also, you always have to ask yourself, why are you doing it? Usually you rub a dog's nose in the things that will learn something. But if you're rubbing somebody else's dog in the thing, that dog is not going to learn anything. And also, you're not going to get what you want. Do you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is we want more rhetoric, I think. I think sometimes people are driven to do a thing, but that thing is not going to get you what you want, you know? And so there's not a lot of point in doing the things that are not going to have any outcome that will be useful for you. I will say that. So, what is this? I don't want moralist pants. So, we're talking about, so tomorrow is Friday, and Friday at 7 p.m. will be the Foxhole Fridays RPG. It's going to be the finale of Season of Death Summer. with Ari Ventures. When we last left off last week, Ari was their agent Prometheus was just about to go into this castle. It seems to be just coming into the reality, and but we couldn't finish it. So we finished it Monday night. I recorded it, and so on Friday I'm going to stream that recording, but I'm going to be there, and Ari might also be able to be there in chat as well. So if you want to see the finale of Seasons of Death, Summer, No Grave for Traitors, come tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern on this channel. Saturday at noon on my channel will be Rain World, noon to 3. Then I've got an offline game that is pre-recorded that will be aired at some point in time in the future. I don't know when. And then Sunday morning, I'm driving off to a cabin in the woods, and I'll be gone for a week. So that is my streaming schedule for this coming week. It's tomorrow is Seasons of Death, and then Saturday is Rain World, and then that is
Come on to my
then I'm
house.
out for a week. And then when I come back, we'll be doing Overgrown is Done. We'll be doing Reading Between the Lines on Wednesday over at Laugh Live Lindy's channel. Here for Disco Elysium. Friday will be the first episode of the next installment of Crash Jones. And then I've got to look to see what's happening on the Saturday and the Sunday. Hello, Raiders. Enthusiasm, how are you doing? It's been so long since I've seen you. What's new and exciting? What were you streaming before you got here? And also, if you do not know Enthusiasm, I do not know where you've been. Enthusiasm is a great streamer, did some great stuff with Star Trek Adventures, was a great Andorian doctor. Enthusiasm. Did I spell it right? I did. I spelled it right. If you have not followed Enthusiasm, you definitely should, because they're awesome. So give them some love. Also, what were you streaming before you came over here? Just let me know. Yes. So followed. Good. Yes, Hawkeye. She did. She played the Doctor on a stream series. Dr. Shishiros, our Andorian medic, who was very, very cool, and then was also on Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley. I have not yet played Stardew Valley. My understanding that is very intense, very stressful, that like it brings up a lot of really intense feelings, because apparently sometimes people will not take you to the flower dance. I think is my understanding, that there is sometimes a lack of flower dance situations. I'm not 100% certain about all of that, but I have a sense of it. I feel like yes. And Amy put the Doctor in Eric's TBD RPG. That is correct. That is absolutely correct. It can be stressful, but it's also relaxing and rewarding. Thank you, House of Dreams. It's a great game, strong AD. I just got the Captain's Log, the solo rules for Star Trek Adventures. I've not played them yet, but I'm really excited to do so, just to see what they're like, and that feels very exciting to me. All right, so I'm gonna go find communists. I hope. I don't know how successful I'm going to be at finding the communists, but I'm gonna try at least. You know what? Who knows? I don't know where they live, so I'm just gonna try to wander around this apartment complex, and perhaps I will find the communists.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
We do want good sideburns. I'd say it's safely your top 20 to 30 games. House of Dreams says, I got to play the new Klingon rules, and they're fun. Oh, nice. Calling it now. Trooper would want to help Sean. Probably. Enthusiasm says, I also have to hide from Disco Elysium because I'm under friend's order to stay unspoiled till I play it. But happily we caught you on one of your rare Thursdays. And have a... Oh, thank you, Enthusiasm. By the way, before you go, Enthusiasm, before you go, I'm going to tell you this. Yes, it's really good. Here's another thing I'm going to tell you. This is not a spoiler. It's just like how I'm playing it. I know somebody who was like, oh, I don't think I like this. They played like they started and they're like, I don't think I like this game because it's kind of crass. The main character is not doing well when you start the game. Like a lot of hangover, and also not doing well. Not doing well. That's the best way I can put it. And not doing well. You know what I mean? Just not in a good space in their life when the game starts. And I think it depends on how you want to play the game, because this is, again, not spoilers. The character has voices in their head, and the voices in their head are things like their limbic system or just like their logic. Like all the kind of skills they have are personified as voices in their head and also parts of their body. And these various voices in their head tell them things. Some of those things I would disagree with. I think are bad ideas. Sometimes the voice in their head say like, do this bad idea thing. And I was like, oh, hold time out. Don't do the bad idea thing. Don't listen to those voices. Listen to me. And so I sort of feel like playing the game that I'm a voice in the head of this person who really is having a hard time in their life. And that I'm just really trying to get them to have a better life, to not listen to the voices that I think would lead them to bad places, and to listen to me and sometimes chat as well, because I really think they need my help and also chat's help. So it's a different way of playing the game. I don't necessarily feel like the person is me. It feels like I'm sitting inside their head I'm like the little angel on their shoulder, trying to get them to buck up, little camper, and maybe stop ruining their liver. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So it's a very interesting experience. It's very well written. It's very fascinating. It's a really interesting world that is not just a carbon copy of our world with like different names put onto the countries. It's really great world building, really interesting, and I'm just trying to get this guy to save his liver. Really, I am. That's it. That's what I'm doing. That's a fabulous reading. Thank you. You're welcome. And I think if you think about it that way, I think you'll find it really fascinating to think about being one of the many voices in this person's head and trying to get them to just make better choices. You know, it's hard though. Yeah, but it's very, very good. Atomic says, that's how I generally feel about myself. I'm a brain and a low quality meat mech, and it really operates the way I want it to. He's got some, okay, so when people talk about online jerk brain, where people, especially if people have like depression or things like that, anxiety, they've got the jerk brain that says bad things to them. This person has got some real serious jerk brain going on, and I just worry about them, and I would like them to be okay. Yeah. Oh, heading off to the Forgotten Troop, everybody. We're gonna go raid the Forgotten Troop when we're done with our stream today. I'm going to copy this link address so I can bring up a tab so I can remember exactly where we're going, so we can go and give some love to House of Dreams when we finish our stream today. Excellent. Good. Perfect. Done. In about 30 minutes, we're playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Very nice. Actually, neither, it seems. That's weird. It threw me to an offline stream there for a second. Really? Why would it do that? Why would it do that? Interesting. Hold on. Give me a second. We're taking a look. Okay, my heat ratings are in some sort of decent space. My CPU usage is not so bad. My internet speed is good. I'm wired in. But you know what we can do? Just because I am a little paranoid, just a little paranoid is I can open up the Twitch inspector and see if there's anything kind of weird, right? Because I just am a little paranoid because with the heat the way it is, so it looked like I had an unstable event like an hour ago. But well, it looks like I had an unstable event for 16 seconds a few moments ago. Inspector Twitch would be a very good Call of Cthulhu character. That's true. I think so too. Yeah, so we look stable right now, but again, let's just keep our eye on things. I'm keeping my eye on things right now just so we can pay attention. I feel like the heat is being a bit of a problem. So I've got things up. At least we can sort of find out what's happening, I hope. You know what? This is interesting. It looks like it went down briefly for like 4 seconds. And I don't like that, but it looks like that might be the case. Huh. Weird. Well, it might be Twitch. It might be heat, but not in a good way. You know what I mean? So, that said, I've said all the stuff that I'm doing.
Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
Well, let's...
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than the closet.
Father Mazov, the hero of the working class. I'm gonna salute the statue. Maybe then the communists will find me.
A warm feeling fills you as you look into Mazov's marble eyes. The hallway behind the door is empty. No one else heard your courageous salute.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to Lowe's we go. Heading out. Okay, I will see you later, House of Dreams. Oh yes, hold on. House of Dreams. This is the Discord, but I will also send you an invite, but that's it right there. But I'll also send you an invite. Okay. So, no communists found us with our big salute. Oh, they're gonna be communists somewhere. Where are they? I don't know yet, because I don't know if their meeting has started. I would talk to this lovely lady, but I don't know if she knows anything about the communists.
Give me a moment.
The cleaning lady still seems to be having difficulty breathing. I'm just going to ask, do you know anything about a secret meeting that's happening tonight?
What? No. Nobody tells me anything.
Oh.
Would she understand if they did?
Okay, well, how about any unusual activity taking place after hours, say after 2200?
If it ain't my business, I'll keep my nose out of it. Oh,
She shakes her head and mutters to herself.
I think we'd all be better off if people kept their noses to themselves.
All right. Well, okay, so my thought is we should try the balcony. Maybe... Oh. Probably not exactly where I wanted to go, but I'll just chat with her. Hi.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
I clearly need better conceptualization so I can tell her about my art, but that is also not going to work at the moment. I need to hit maybe this... Okay, maybe up here. Also, it's not 10 o'clock yet, which is awkward, but, you know. Oh. I feel like it's just a little bit too early. Oh, you know what I could do? But I can only retry it once. It's a red. And if I fail, I don't get to retry. And I need like a 13, is that right?
Hello
Oh, I need
Have
an
you
18.
come to admire my mural?
Yeah, so that's real bad. I need an 18. Why do I need an 18? Why don't they... Why are they so mean to me? It's fine. Oh. Oh. 100 tiny feet scurrying beneath the grate. The rats of the city. So as it turns out, this... Look, I know that I'm really close. It's so close to 10 o'clock. I just feel like the meeting will not happen before then, but I don't know where the meeting is. But also I feel like I cannot find the meeting until we actually hit 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? So why don't we do a bit of a... We'll go out this exit here, and then we'll make a loop there, and then we'll come back around. Oh. So I'm going to be gone... Oh, hello. That wasn't exactly where I wanted to go, but it's okay. I wanted to get onto that balcony. We'll work it out. It's fine. We'll go to the again. I feel like time doesn't pass unless you talk to people. So I feel like I need to talk to people. But do you ever have the feeling that there's a secret communist meeting waiting for you?
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security.
I'll knock.
No one answers.
I'll leave. Okay, so I need to kill time because it needs to be 10 o'clock. I'm feeling really uncomfortable without my buddy Kim here, because Kim is the only one that takes care of me, because I don't take care of myself. You know, let's... 7 minutes, everybody. 7 minutes. I'm going to look at my... I actually don't think that going into this menu... passes time forward, but... Secret Comics meeting? Yes. Do I ever get invited? No. Comics are surprising. Right? Tyler, you're awesome. So... I need more conceptualization, obviously. So here's my thought. You're thinking, what is your thought? My thought is, we talk to her again, chat with her a little bit, maybe chat with the woman outside. I have a few questions about these apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
Yeah, do you know who lived in the new items? Do you know who lived in the foreclosed apartment?
The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume.
The cleaning lady shrugs, her mouth puckered like a dried fig. Oh, all right. Well, why is there a hole in the wall of the abandoned apartment?
Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls.
Voice just said that I'm awesome. Bulpa says, if everyone knew about the meeting, they wouldn't be secret now, would they? I guess that's true, but I mean...
With how small these rooms are, wouldn't you want to break the wall down?
Yeah, maybe. What can you tell me about... I'm going to ask to just try to get us to 10.
The artiste?
Yeah.
Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them.
Still?
She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
Are you talking about me? No. Tell me about the man who lives at the end of the hallway, Uno de Reuter. By the way, we've heard these things, but...
I don't want to talk about De Waiters.
Oh, okay. The cleaning lady mutters. She starts digging for something in her pockets. Why not?
Addicts. All of them. And sometimes I hear them screaming.
She winces.
They don't like me cleaning behind their door. Think I'm listening in on their fights.
It was dirtier there, after the janitor's closet. She avoids the end of the hallway.
I saw unpaid utility bills. Aren't they going to be thrown out?
No one likes them in this building. It's only because of the kids they haven't been thrown out.
That's our buddy.
I don't like talking about those people.
She looks down the hallway. Schmelzer says, yeah, if everyone knew about the secret meeting, that would be a big red flag. And not the kind of big red flag we're looking for. That's fair. That's fair. Also, I'm just every once in a while, I'm gonna check my temperature, my CPU temperature, because I've got a little program that just lets me know how my computer's doing. And I should be paying attention to it more. Just, just so. I know it's a good joke. That's a very good joke. Let's see. Who lives behind the padlock door?
Oh, that one is a scientist.
Oh.
A future scholar.
Suddenly, the old lady's face is beaming. I'm trying to get my noir narrator voice
I
on.
think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Astrology?
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
Are you sure you don't mean astronomy? Oh, wait. You mean the star and antlers? I think that's the symbol of communism.
The symbol of what now?
Oh, I've got all these new terms, which is going to get us to 10 o'clock. Communism, it's a political ideology.
Ah, all I know about politics is that it's brought us more harm than good.
Is one of the residents on vacation? Their mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
They probably just moved or died, hopefully somewhere else.
It's very depressing. That's all, thanks.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Oof. I have a few questions about those apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
Oh no, I asked all those
She
questions.
mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
You're still someone. Do you live here?
If you can call it living.
She spits on the floor.
I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room.
Oh.
It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
Vulpes says, if Tim Curry has taught us nothing, communism is nothing but a red herring. Tim Curry also was in the movie The Worst Witch with Dinah Rigg, Charlotte Rae, and Fairuza Balk. And he sang.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
He sang the Halloween song, Also, space is the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Boys, have you played The Outer Worlds? Because I feel like it has definitely been corrupted by capitalism in that video game, despite Jeff Bezos' best efforts. Oh, and Muppet Treasure Island, yes. Oh, and of course also Rocky Horror Picture Show. He sang in that one as well.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Is that bed in the... I'm going to just ask her some questions, get her talking, and then maybe, is that bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh, not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
Sweet.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Really? You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
I'm getting the feeling that she is very sarcastic. Cool. I have other questions.
Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
Yes. What are you doing to the wall?
audio graffitio visible from low orbit.
Cool.
I haven't really started it yet.
I love her
I'm
voice.
waiting for the right words.
She studies the wall, suddenly pensive. So you don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mono is here.
The underage are often sarcastic. Damn minors. Volpez. I appreciate you very much. Atomic says, best way I heard it said, Michael Caine worked well in Muppets Carol because he treated the Muppets like actors. Tim Curry did well in Treasure Island because he treated himself like as a Muppet. That's awesome.
You rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
Yeah.
She wants it to be something true and total.
You know what? I don't want to ask why she's so committed to facing the building because I get it. Because I'm an art cop.
Yeah?
I like public art. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't mind me.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
You know, I feel like we'd be really good friends if she didn't hate me so much.
She means the opposite.
Yeah, I know, Rhetoric. I got that.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Sweet. Nice. It's 9:58 in game. Do you know anything? I'm just asking. Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Okay. So you keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief.
She turns her head to face the coast and nods distinctly towards Joyce performing maintenance on her boat.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features.
Atomic says she doesn't hate you. She hates your title. I don't know. I feel like she's probably like angry with the world in general.
The boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
You mean Joyce?
On a first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Wait, hold on. What's Ozone?
It's where they grow whores like that one over there. And their whoremen.
Okay, it's a lot. Why all the negativity?
Have you got a crush on her?
No.
Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor?
No, I just don't know what's happening. I have amnesia. Wow. It's just that I have amnesia. Oh, hey, by the way, piss so-and-so and so-and-so, they send their best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
I don't, they seem to hold you in, I think they're afraid of you.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
Well, skulls are cool. Skulls are cool. Can I be a skull?
Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
Okay, how's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
It's gonna be trouble.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
That sounds a little ominous, you know? Okay, well, I will catch you later, Cindy. It's 10:01. I feel like we might have a secret communist meeting to go to if we could only just find it, huh? So, gonna some meeting time. I hope we can find the meeting.
As you approach the
Uh-oh.
metal grill, you can hear several voices having what appears to be an animated discussion.
Go to the secret communist meeting.
This must be it. Beyond this door lies the beating heart of radical communism in Martinez.
Y'all, we're gonna finally have our communist meeting. We do need to get our gun, but communist meeting.
Somehow, the night air softens the smell of trash and sea brine. As the breeze pulls through the canvas like a shuttle through a loom, you catch a hint of something unexpected, something earthy, warm, and burnt. The acrid smell of failure.
Stop that.
No, that's just slightly burnt coffee, a smell you would recognize anywhere.
Ooh, I personally do not love burnt coffee. I don't love coffee at all, but I imagine that Harry loves burnt coffee.
Just look at this pig, sniffing about after hours.
Why didn't you say the secret door was right behind you?
Must have slipped my mind. You know how it goes.
She gives a lackadaisical shrug.
The metal grill is cool to the touch.
I'll bang on the grill.
The clang of metal reverberates all along the scaffolding. The voices coming from the other side fall silent.
Who's there? Is that you, Maurice?
Hey, everybody. We have a bit of a situation here. We have to decide what we're going to do and say. And Atomic's like, I'm waiting to see 3 old guys and a bottle of vodka. Yeah, me too. Valtiel says, none of these sound like good responses. That's how I feel. I do not want to say it's not Maurice, it's the police. That's a bad idea. That's right, it is I, Maurice. That's a lie. Are you all communists? We're going to just go with that one. It doesn't seem like a good answer, but let's do that.
Who said communist? Did we say communist? Get out of here.
Listen, I've already built like 0.0001% of communism, but now I need to get organized. Can you help me?
For a moment, silence.
I know, just Maurice the gangster. Actually, I do believe sometimes, yeah, I think it's the
What's
gangster.
the passphrase?
Okay, I need the passphrase. Okay. I could just say, look, I don't know your passphrase. Could you just let me in? But I feel like I feel like they, at one point in time, they told me something about the passphrase. And maybe if I look at, nope, wait, maybe, let's see. Because I really feel like there was a thing about this. Like, because I feel like I should know this. We'll just go with the honest. Look, I don't know your passphrase. Could you just let me in? This is the wrong answer.
Not a chance. We can't afford to compromise on our operation. Not at this point. Come back when you know the passphrase.
Look at that. The pig's trying to break in without the passphrase. Tisk tisk.
The girl shakes her head slowly.
The metal grill is cool to the touch. The long stretches of canvas below like sails in the night breeze.
I think it's the I think it's about the sausage grinders. Hey, it's me again.
The voices conferring once again.
He came back? Do you have the passphrase this time?
It's blessed are the sausage grinders.
Did he say something about sausages?
I meant, remember Dobrevan Abadanais.
There's no response. You begin to wonder whether they've slipped out some back way. No, they're still there. You can feel them back there.
All right. The key's taped to the back of the door frame. Just make sure you put it back when you're done, or we'll all be locked out.
Oh, okay.
And do watch the concrete. It just kind of falls away, in places.
Okay. Okay. We want the key taped to the back of the door frame.
Have fun at your underground meeting, pig. Hope it's a blast.
She's so mean. Okay, so taped to the back of the door frame. Well, let's just... Oh!
The two young men are either oblivious to or ignoring your entrance. Their attentions are fixed on whatever it is they're stacking in the middle of the floor.
I'm hanging out at a communist meeting. I feel like so excited.
Matchboxes, it appears.
These are very big matchboxes.
I think it's holding, Alexis.
It's like really big.
It is. It's holding.
What are y'all doing?
It's definitely not holding. Those matchboxes are stacked so haphazardly, it's like they want them to collapse.
What is this music?
Careful, careful.
I had a thought for y'all later, by the way. Nope. Nope.
Damn, hardly any difference.
The young man shakes his head and then looks up at me with barely concealed irritation.
You're late.
You should know the meeting starts at 10 p.m. sharp.
His companion looks up at you and squints. I was like pretty on time.
There's a great deal of tension in this young man's shoulders, more than someone his age should bear. Meanwhile, his companion inclines toward him, eager to catch every word that dribbles from his friend's mouth.
I'm very excited.
Just a moment. Could this be the former owner of a certain jacket you acquired recently?
I don't know. Oh, before we move on, do you recognize this jacket? I'm gonna show him the Sarah Miserian jacket.
Esteban, isn't that your jacket?
It certainly looks like my jacket, Alexis. Where did you get that, gendarme?
I just found it in a room.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. That's real Sarah Maritzian twill. Only old Sarah Maritzian communists and drug smugglers wear those anymore.
Mm.
He's neither of those, of course. He is simply a poor student putting on airs. Also, he doesn't have the shoulders to fill out such a jacket.
Mm.
See, Uli? It's just like Mazov wrote. How does it go again?
Now tell me, how does it go?
Those committed to the rights of property are those most apt to violate them.
His companion nods emphatically. Oh no, couch backsitters, pick for all the furniture. Did your mother not teach you manners? They're communists, they don't care, they're revolutionaries.
Esteban, Ulixis, why do those names ring the faintest of bells?
They do.
Probably because they're the real names of Nazteb and Exilus, the authors of that so-called essay about Tip-Top Tournay you read.
Yes.
You should get to the bottom of this when you have the chance.
I just feel like I could just ask them. I don't have to be all...
I assumed it was Maurice who broke into my room to play a trick on me. I didn't think I'd actually been raided by the RCM.
It's not really a raid.
There is surprise in his voice, naturally. But is that a note of excitement you also detect?
Water. Listen, comrade, it's not what it looks like.
You're right. It's better.
Is it?
Can you imagine the look on Morris's face when he finds out the RCM has been kicking my door down?
It wasn't...
He'll shit himself. Positively.
It's not what happened, actually.
And now they've sent one of their agents to infiltrate our meeting.
Hold on, I'm not here to infiltrate your meeting. I want to join your meeting.
The RCM wants to join us? Interesting. Does that mean you've done the reading?
Uh-oh. No one said anything about reading. You'll just have to wing this one.
What is this reading? I thought this was a revolutionary group.
Yes, a revolutionary reading group.
Reading
The
group?
most ideologically advanced materialist reading group in Martinez. But it sounds like that's news to you.
There's profound consternation in his voice. You suspect it's about something bigger than your not having done the reading.
Maybe he can explain himself.
Do I know you two from somewhere? No, what were you doing with those matchboxes just now?
The young man frowns at the little pile of boxes on the floor.
Nothing, just messing around until the meeting started.
They're watching those matchboxes awfully intently. For two guys who are just messing around, it's almost as though they were trying to create the most unstable structure they could. With predictable results.
Okay, well, do I know you two from somewhere?
I don't think so. Unless you've been hanging around the cultural studies faculty at the École Normale de Revachol.
Hey, college students.
Perhaps he subscribes to La Fumée.
I have read one.
That's sarcasm. He does not expect you to subscribe to radical communist periodicals. Of course, they're the ones who produced that overall critique of Tip Top Tournée.
I know. I'll show them. I'm gonna show them the La Fumée. Wait, you guys wrote for this? Huh? They'll be impressed.
You've read our article.
Of course. For the first time since you've met the young man, words seem to desert him.
That I did not expect.
His companion is blushing now, a sheepish grin on his face.
The energy in the room has shifted ever so slightly in your favor. They're afraid they've somehow embarrassed themselves in front of you.
I'm hanging out with communists.
Well, don't keep us on tenterhooks. What did you think of the essay?
Oh,
The delicate egos on these boys. Even though you're just some cop, they're desperate for your approval.
gonna have to be careful about this one.
Hey, you're not just some cop. You've got highly developed critical faculties. Now's your chance to show them off.
You know what? I'm an art cop. 1 or 3 is where I'm going. 1, to show them that I'm really engaging, but 3, you know what? We're going 3. Okay, 3.
Well, of course that's just an initial foray into the subject. We're hoping to return to it for a more substantial treatment next term. In any case, I'm glad our piece found its audience. That's always the hope with these things, you know.
So, what exactly are you two doing here?
In the most generous sense, I would say we're cultivating revolutionary consciousness.
Yes, that's probably the best way to describe it.
Okay.
But more specifically, we are running a reading group. The most rigorous and theoretically advanced materialist reading group in Martinez.
I got it. You're college students.
Comrade Steban is a great discussion leader. One of the best at the university.
Doesn't really feel like you need to have a secret meeting for this.
It's obvious they take this group of theirs extremely seriously.
Okay.
Whatever you do, don't compare it to a common book club.
Okay. Sounds like a place for intense intellectual engagement. Exactly my kind of jam.
That's our whole thing. Word is so shallow, all noise and repetition.
Mm.
We're interested in genuinely radical critique.
Okay.
Precisely. We are not interested in senseless parroting. We like to read critically.
Okay.
Within the contours of Mazovian historical materialism, of course.
Huh. I didn't realize they taught radical Mazovian theory in the universities.
Huh. As though you can call that problem teaching.
One thing you learn quickly at university is that you're not going to find a real education in any lecture hall or discussion seminar.
We are post-attendance, basically.
Post attendance. Uh-huh. Vulpes, it's more secret in that no one else wanted to come. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
The only worthwhile part of the so-called École Normale de Revachol is the library. That's where we've made our greatest critical strides.
Okay, so what does your reading group actually read?
We study all the foundational texts of Mazovian theory, of course. Just last week we finished the 2nd volume of Puncher and Watman's Innocence of Capital.
Atomica says, reminds me of Eddie Izzard. What is it, Sebastian? Arranging matches. Well, I thought you... I'd better go. Yes, I think you better had. What is it, Sebastian? Arranging matches. Dress to Kill, right? She's so good.
Truly extraordinary.
And before that, we spent 6 weeks on State and Plasm.
State and Plasm.
Uh-oh. You can feel your attention span rapidly deteriorating.
I'm gonna force myself to keep listening.
We've also read Wertmüller's The Megastructure of History, and before that, Real and Reality.
Communist theorists love puns, in case that wasn't obvious.
And I got you. Hey, Artie. I'm doing well. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well.
Audace une paix infernale.
There's an 80s German new wave song called Duo Infernal. Es kommt der Anne vom Berge. Und aus Fontal. Wir sind das Duo Infernal. Es kommt der Hohe vom Berge. Anyway, look, I really like 80s German new wave, is what I'm trying to tell you.
The original Fizdale translation, not that watered down revisionist garbage.
Oh, absolutely.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
But, of course, our special emphasis is on the theories of Ignaz Nilsson and his followers, especially the inframaterialists.
Wait, who are these inframaterialists?
You're not familiar with them?
No.
It's pretty advanced stuff. You may not be ready for it yet, Gendarme.
The two men exchange skeptical side glances. Okay, but then who's this Ignaz Nilsson guy?
Only Krasmazov's most trusted lieutenant,
Oh.
the evangelist of the revolution, and the founding father of the People's Republic of Samara.
Oh.
It's hard to overstate how unimpressed he is that you've never heard of this world historical individual.
Feel like a bad communist now.
He also happens to be the greatest communist theorist after Mazov himself. It was Nilsson who first postulated the existence of ideological plasma, which forms the basis of inframaterialist theory.
What do you think ideological plasm is? I know what ectoplasm is. It comes from ghosts.
The young man sighs. His companion looks about furtively.
Okay. Well, where's the rest of the reading group?
What do you mean? This is the reading group.
So there's just the two of you?
We're in something of a rebuilding phase.
I see.
Some of our former comrades didn't have the ideological fortitude our work demands.
Okay, but what happened to them?
Intellectual attrition is maybe the best way to describe it. Felix said he couldn't keep up with the reading on top of his classwork. And Susanna wanted to read text other than Mazovian theory. Like novels, if you can believe it.
I can't believe it. It's wild.
Imagine the audacity of wanting to read a novel in a reading group.
Novels. Unbelievable. I'm gonna shake my head.
See? Even a gendarme gets it.
Right, yeah.
We've tried recruiting new members, but unfortunately the current intellectual climate is pretty hostile to inframaterialist thought.
Right.
These days, if you're on the left, the ascendant schools are the Godwaldians and their iconoclasts.
The Gottwaldians and the Iconoclasts. I know all about them.
Don't forget about Maurice and the turnips.
Right.
Right. Then there is the whole turnip debacle.
Yeah, turnips, right? I mean, oh,
Whatever this turnip business is about, one thing is perfectly clear. These young students have a much deeper understanding of communism than you do.
I should learn from them.
You could learn a thing or two from them.
See?
If you can convince them you're one of them.
So what's so bad about the Gottwaldians?
They're the most depressing school of communism.
Oh,
They love writing long books with a patina of Mazovian theory to cover up their cheap psychologizing.
right.
A gang of cheap psychologists and intellectual midgets. Typical Gottwalders, in other words.
Gottwalders. Okay.
Okay for Uli to say that, because his dad is from Gottwald.
Okay, what's so depressing about their theories?
The Gottwald school believe that intellectuals as a class are incapable of sparking revolutionary change. So all they can do is critique capitalism from inside itself.
Do we think that's a little bit like the Frankfurt School? I think that's a little bit like the Frankfurt School.
In other words, they have lost faith in their own relevance.
Mm.
That's why they spend all their time smoking cigarettes and writing long works of criticism that make you want to commit suicide.
Wow. Okay, that sounds miserable.
It is miserable. That's probably why they're always committing suicide.
I do feel like we're talking about the Frankfurt School circa 1920-30.
You see, the Gottwald school look like communists. They talk like communists. But scratch the patina and you'll see beneath that they're just depressed liberals who've read too many books.
Okay, so what about the iconoclasts?
For starters, they love talking about beans.
Beans?
That's right. Iconoclasts are obsessed with beans. They love thinking about beans. They love counting beans. But most of all, they love building models to predict how many beans there'll be in the future.
Is this a is this a metaphor? Are the beans a metaphor for something else, or are we literally talking about beans? Boy says, I only know the Austrian school, which is, hey, let's do Machiavellian economics. How bad could it be? So, Boyce, you got your degree in political science, right? That is correct. Yes, I believe this is the case. One of my colleagues is a political scientist specializing in political theory. He's into, I think he really focuses on Adam Smith. What was your political science thing? Give me what was your thing? What did you do? What was your vibe? I need to find out whether the writers for this game have written other stuff. I need to read it. If so, right.
They're by far the most bean-centric school of communism.
When you say bean-centric, is that a metaphor? Or are we literally talking about beans?
Ah, yes, the much maligned bean counters, ensconced in their think tanks and high rises, believing they can save the world through a series of incremental, assiduously technocratic reforms.
Right, I'm going to ask the question. I don't get it. Are the beans a metaphor?
If only. They've got all the beans accounted for in their asset sheets, their quarterly budgets, their future projections. But for some reason, there are never enough beans to go around. So we've just got to cut our bean rations in half.
So they're actually talking about beans.
The next thing you know, there are budget cuts. So now we've got to cut the bean rations in half again.
So we are talking about
You
beans.
see, iconoclasts claim to be communists, but in reality, they're just liberals with hard-ons for spreadsheets.
Okay. We covered a broad range of subjects, but my big thesis was ancient Greek philosophy and its ramifications on modern politics. Ooh. Basically, Platonic ideal is the search for the one absolute truth. How do we find that in government? Ooh. Rough, right? Especially, so like I'm very much an early postmodernist, not a late postmodernist, in that I don't believe in like a single universal truth, or really truth at all, to be honest. I believe in truths, plural, but contested truths. Truths for one, but not for others, etc., etc. Overlapping truths. Things that were true once being not true later, and vice versa. So, kind of like a relativistic sort of situation. And so then, I just don't think there can be a universal truth that applies ahistorically to everyone at all times. Yeah. Stuff acquired, says Hawkeye. Lurk as I paint. Lovely. I did a big comparative political analysis on established and new democracy proven. Oh, interesting. I'm going to be dealing with Greek history in the fall. Something tells me it won't be as interesting and in-depth. Well, I hope it is. What about the liberals? Are they liberals too?
Of course not. The only people who actually call themselves liberals are mouth-foaming reactionaries.
Nice. Boy says, that's fair. For my side of the argument, I pointed out that most laws in government are actually universal. Don't murder, don't steal. Right, so I would say that how we define murder is not universal, because self-defense is not murder. We here and now we have murder versus manslaughter, involuntary, voluntary manslaughter. At some point in times, it was okay to kill people, and it wouldn't be considered murder. It's not considered murder if you kill people during times of war. You could kill your enslaved people, and that wouldn't be considered murder. So what murder counts of as stand your ground laws. I mean, you can kill people if you feel nervous, and that's not murder. Police officers can kill people, and that's not murder. So that's questionable. And then stealing's also tricky, right? Because some things are not considered ownable. So, for example, um, groups of folk music is not copyrightable. So, if a village makes a piece of music, it's okay to take it, and it won't be considered stealing because it's not actually protected under copyright law. Usually, rhythms are not protected under copyright law. Neither is timbre. There are a bunch of musical elements that are not considered copyrightable, whereas our copyright laws are basically based off of classical music, and things that fall under that are considered what can be copyrightable. So if you take melodies and harmonies, that's stealing, but rhythms are not stealing. So what is considered stealing is also not necessarily universal. Also, eminent domain, you can just take people's stuff if you're the government and you need to make a highway, so that wouldn't be considered stealing. Yes. Yes. You signed a treaty, you don't understand. That's not theft. Right, that's also the other thing too, like treaties, right? And sometimes you can decide, like, yeah, no, we just get to take the thing. It's only murder if the target is a person, not just an object. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So there's like, I just feel like the death, and then also, I mean, police officers are able to confiscate your stuff all the time and then just take it and then not give it back, which is not considered stealing. We covered a lot of interesting texts in ancient political philosophy, Lycurgus on the founding of then modern Sparta, Pericles' funeral oration to Athens, etc. I recommend taking the time to actually read Plato's The Republic and Aristotle's Politics. Oh, that happened to my grandfather. My family home was destroyed in the 50s for a highway, and he was paid pennies for it. Yeah. Artie says, if it benefits the corporation that it isn't theft, replace corporation with the government, etc. Personally, I thought Aristotle's philosophy that everyone makes their own morality is a bit meh, but he makes some good points about moderation.
Basically indistinguishable from fascists. You'd need an X-ray machine to tell the difference.
What about Cindy? Is she part of the group?
Cindy is... How to describe her role?
I don't know.
Something of an ideological auxiliary, perhaps.
What does that mean?
Yes, that's exactly how I would put it. And naturally, we support her radical counter-liberal aesthetics.
Okay.
But she refuses to submit an essay, so we can't call her a member of the group per se.
An essay. An essay. Okay, so we need to write essays, I guess. Let's see. I read The Republic. It was good, but it had the feel of early keyboard warrior. I'm gonna tell you about this argument that totally happened, and how I totally won it single-handedly because I'm brilliant. Hey, some people, those ancient Greek philosophers got into beef with each other quite a lot. Gonna just note that one. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of beef.
That doesn't stop her from using a room for studio space, of course.
Right. Hey, did you say something about turnips?
It's an unfortunate story.
Yeah?
You see, our ex-comrade Maurice is something of an economist.
Okay.
He's studying macro and microeconomics.
Okay.
Right. So a few weeks ago we were discussing the extra physical capabilities of the revolutionary state. And Maurice said, what were his exact words, Ulex's?
I don't know. Artie says, there's also a difference between something being moral and something being legal. Well, that's true.
It was unbelievable. He said, turnips don't care if they are grown by communists, moralists, or Vulcan. They grow just the same.
Basically, he was rejecting the whole foundation of inframaterialist theory.
Oh, okay.
What is this inframaterialist business they keep blathering about? You've never heard of anything like it.
Yeah, could you remind me what inframaterialist theory says about turnips again? Because I don't know.
Simply that under suitably revolutionary conditions, crop yields naturally increase relative to non-revolutionary crops, which Morris somehow has the gall to deny.
Ah. What do we mean by that?
Susanna said that he has been hanging out with some non-communists lately.
Okay.
For us, the question boiled down to, if you don't even accept the basic ideas of Nielsen and inframaterialist theory, why are you in the reading group?
So you expelled Maurice from the reading group over an argument about turnips.
Well, it wasn't so much that he was expelled.
Go on.
He just quit coming. We haven't seen him around for weeks.
Okay, well, I've heard enough. Let's talk about something else.
Go ahead.
The young man gives you a half smile. His companion sniffs. I know that they didn't have anything to do with the lynching, so, is the reading group accepting new members?
We typically only accept new members once per semester. There's this whole process with essays and presentations on assigned topics.
The young man turns to his companion. Boy says, revolutionary versus non-revolutionary crops. I know. See, the thing is, okay, this was, okay, I had a thought in my brain. You might have all seen me have this thought. And my thought was, okay, so in inframaterialist revolutionary communist theory, communist grown turnips will have higher crop yields than non-communist grown turnips. And I'm trying to think to myself, if I were a communist inframaterialist revolutionary in this world universe, what would have been the intellectual basis for this argument? Because I can think of some counter arguments, which would be that under slave labor, you'd have great crop yields, right? Because you would just force people to grow crops until they die. But I'm thinking that maybe, because I can't imagine that Nilsson means that literally, like just the soil will just know that it's got communist soil and will therefore just make more turnips. I imagine the argument must be something along the lines of the material conditions of the workers and their investment, their lack of alienation from their labor would result in them farming more joyously or more meaningfully, and that then would mean that they would I imagine maybe it's about if that you are not alienated from your label, you will work more efficiently, perhaps. I'm just trying to guess what inframaterialist communism in this universe means, and that is my current guess, that we're talking about if you're not alienated from your labor, you will do a better job, and then therefore crop yields will be better. I don't know if that's what they mean. This is my current guess. Yeah. Hello, General Andrews. How are you? We're trying to figure out inframaterialist communism in the Disco Elysium world. General Andrews was one of my lovely fellow players in Overgrown over on the Wandering Inn's YouTube channel. I gave the wrong emphasis on that word, YouTube channel. I said YouTube channel, but that's wrong. Wonderful player. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I had a breakfast burrito. And it's too hot, but it's cooling down a little bit, and my internet seems to be happier for it. So I'm doing well. What were you doing beforehand? He said some silliness about me being amazing, but bah.
But given that we have some extra seating at the moment, I guess we could be convinced to expedite an application or two.
Oh?
Stefan, you can't be serious. For Gendarme?
General Andrews, have you played Disco Elysium? Tell me if you have.
I am serious. As materialists, we've got to adapt to conditions as they are. Besides, you still need to pass the interview portion of the entrance process.
He turns back to me. So, this game, Disco Elysium, is set in a... Well, it was apparently originally an RPG campaign back in the day by these people who were all best friend anarcho-punks in Estonia. And they created this universe, and they were role-playing this game, and they made this video game about it. It's all exploded since then. And it's set in a universe that is not our own, clearly, in this country called Revachol that had some kind of that had been like some kind of a monarchy, then had a communist revolution, but then various governments came in and just like took over, and it's now being occupied. The point being that you are a police officer, sort of, and you've done a lot of drugs. You're very disco. And you do not remember anything about who you are, I think because you did a lot of drugs. But you're supposed to solve a murder, but you were kind of passed out for a couple of days, and you finally get a partner. Anyway, it's a murder mystery. You're a detective trying to solve a murder in this alternate universe. And right now I'm talking to communists, but they're grad students, I think. They might even be undergrads. I can't really tell. And my character has done a lot of drugs. I'm trying to get him to stop doing drugs and also drinking. He's been slowly killing himself. He doesn't seem happy. That's all I'm saying. Does not seem happy. Yeah, I get a lot of drugs. I think Harry's probably done all the drugs. That's why there's none left for Kudo. This is what I'm saying.
Assuming he's even still interested, that is.
Yeah, he needs a long talk with a famous long runner. Yes. Just, so, oh, I don't have good composure. Well, I'll come back later, right? Because I need to roll an 18, and I have a 4, so I cannot on 2d6. So, the first 12, and then I had that 4, so that's like a... Yeah, I can't do it right now. That's enough for tonight. Will you still be here if I have more questions?
Sure. We're here most every night. Maybe we'll catch you again.
Yeah,
Sleep well, gendarme.
Good night, grad students. So I kind of feel like I'm going to need to up my composure in many ways because I currently am not smart enough to hang out with the communists. Let's find out what's in this room, though. Yeah, 16 at best. Oh my. Yeah, so they want him to write an essay, I think. And I don't know if... A rickety easel surrounded by pots of gouache. Cindy's, no doubt. Oh, she's a painter. Ooh, hey, while I'm here, maybe I can find a paintbrush. And if I do, could this be Phasmid? Probably not. Because if I could, then I can paint a mural because I'm an art cop now. I've decided. This one says, no war but class war. Hi, college students. This poster reads, under the cobblestones, communism. I love my little... Yeah, it's time to retrieve Harry's gun. Oh, who took my jacket? At the bottom of the pot, an isle of black sludge rises from a shadowy sea. That's the coffee. Oops. What I'm looking for... Let's just take all of that. Reflective construction vest. I really need, a paintbrush and paint. I just need you all to know that because I've got a mural that I want to make. And we're headed out. Oh, their grades are really bad this semester. Interesting. By the way, we're really close to leveling up. We need more composure. Our composure's a 4. I don't mind just dumping 1 point into composure. I feel like that's not going to be bad for us. And I also think we should add something to, like, maybe our pain threshold? Or, I mean, I've upped all the things that I can in terms of my endurance and physical instrument, and, you know, it's not great. I really could have more. I have 1 authority. It's really bad. I don't have a lot of authority. Yeah. I am not, yeah, so I'm just trying to say that I'm not doing well with some of those things, but that's okay. It's okay. What do we needed, something that we need way more for at the moment. Oh, we needed, why is my authority so bad? Oh, because I'm wearing weird things, probably. You know, I'm going to have to, look, we are currently in the wasteland of reality. It's been brought to my attention that I'm an alcoholic and that it's a sickness and it's killing me. I'm crawling my knees through life, my booze-filled belly dragging on the ground, my brain now fuzzy, now in overdrive, my hair sticking together with today's cold sweat and yesterday's vomit. Perhaps they're right. Anything is better than this. Even bone-dry reality itself. Maybe you can quit. I'm really close to quitting alcohol, by the way. Your authority is bad because your authority has always been bad, and you've literally never increased it. Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, I think that's probably why. I'm gonna just chat with Cindy.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
No, it gets conceptualization, which, again, it's not good, and it's a red check, so I don't want to take it unless I have to. But what's my conceptualization at? It's up here. Yeah, we could just like we're gonna just add up our conceptualization a little bit more. Why? Because we're an art cop. We have a bunch of skills we can still use. I do feel like we only have 4 left, and we should just check out. Okay, so just noting it. Reaction speed, savoir-faire, abandoned lorry, smoker on the balcony. Oh, we can go talk to him again. Nice. Okay, a cell empathy. So there are interfacing. So there are a number of checks that we should probably do again. Some of them are impossible right now, so yeah, there are a number of really hard skills for us. Well, we have to get it. Right now, time isn't moving because we're not talking to anybody, but we have to do it tonight. I really wish I could do it with Kim, but Kim is not here. So I feel like we should go try to find... We're going to go and try to find our gun. I don't like how little health we have, and also that Kim is not here because I feel like someone's going to shoot us. And I don't know what skills we need to get through this situation, and it's making me nervous. So just in case you were wondering, those are my feelings. It's me feeling nervous about everything, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh, wrong call. Wrong call. I have to go out the door. Sorry about that. Oops. I'm gonna now, without Kim, try to find my gun, and I don't feel great about it. I wonder what skills I'm gonna need to emphasize. I believe to get my gun, I have to go out by the fishing village where I'm supposed to be sleeping. But here's the thing. Let's save. Before we do that, I feel like we should talk to Joyce and ask her about that thing that we want to talk to her about that Kim didn't want us to talk to her about because it would freak us out.
Back. Good. What can I help you with?
Yeah. So there's the thing. I wanted to know about reality. We're not supposed to ask this question because Kim doesn't want us to know, but we have to ask.
More lessons in basic reality?
No.
My favorite part of the day. Go ahead. Ask me anything.
No. Now that we're alone, what is the Pale?
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant.
Yes. What is the Pale?
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Wait. And what is an isola?
Isola is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the Pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7.
Okay.
Mundi, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
Okay. And Insulinde is...
An oceanic isola. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
So... Okay. Let's talk through this for a moment. when they say that Isla is like a mass, like a continental mass, they clearly don't mean land, because we in Sulinde, we are an isla, but we're comprised mostly of water. And I do not get the sense that the Pale is water. The Pale connects the isla, but this seems a little bit metaphysical, right? Okay, so what is the Pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
So we're definitely not talking about traditional landmasses separated by water.
The negation of being.
The negation of...
That's right. The negation of being.
Yeah, maybe they're like shadows and the ways between shadows, asks Unstable Dios. Yes. Right? Okay. If we're surrounded by Pale, how do you get from Isola to Isola?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
Her lungs deflate, her words sound like a sigh. Are these Isola sort of like dimensions, maybe? Do you know what I mean? Like, are we talking about dimensions?
A squall of birds. Hardware operating in the harbor. Firm. Self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path.
That sounds like warp or jump drives, right? This really feels like we're talking about different dimensions or times and space.
But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged.
Okay, so what I'm getting now is that we have these different continents, but these continents exist in different dimensions or different... Yeah, okay. So, what are its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic.
Okay.
The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working.
Okay.
No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
The number barrier. Okay. So, okay. Okay, I would like to know... By the way, they were supposed to make a sequel to this game, but of course all that imploded. Is it here?
No, detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isola.
Okay, so the Isola... Hey everybody, I don't know if the world is round. I don't even know if we're on worlds. What if we're in this game? What if this game comprises multiple floating reality discs, right? So like if we're in the middle of our Isola in Solinde, which is mostly water with some like islands and landmass, and then when we get to a certain limit, we get to the Pale, which is this kind of interdimensional strangeness. That means that sort of implies that it's not round, right? Like we're like a floating disc in a sea of nothingness. Okay.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
There's shadows. 6,000 kilometers from the end of the world.
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the Pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called Porch Collapse.
I'm so glad to be learning about this.
Imagine a grey coronal mist.
Okay.
Cold vapor.
Yeah.
Marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
She closed her eyes and breathes out heavily. Oh, if it's disco, I mean... Ooh. The Pale can damage the mind?
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter.
Ah.
They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
Okay, okay.
Who says and who argues?
Okay, well, but who says and who argues? Name your sources. Cite your sources.
The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue.
Oh. Okay. What does this overradiation feel like?
It feels terrible.
Oh.
Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
Oh, wow. Okay, how long does it take to travel from one isla to the next? Like, how many days? Okay.
More for her. Way more.
Well, you're not a civilian passenger.
No, Lieutenant Dubois. I'm entreprenetic business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually.
22.
Perhaps that explains her strange pining after the revolution. Some degraded early memories. Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
Do lorry drivers pass the Pale?
Yes, carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
I have a lot of questions.
You should ask the Pale driver about this. See what she says.
I really should.
That poor woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
Are you over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
Oh. Okay. What is intropanetic? We're getting a lot of lore that's just telling us that we're in a really weird supernatural universe that no one has told us about.
Entreponetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of Grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
Tyler, if you're here, I feel like Pericarnassians makes me think about Halicarnassus. Like, I feel like maybe the Pericarnassians are the ancient Greeks-ish, sort of. So then in which case, what is the Pale? I know, I'm engrossed by this too.
They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super E-Solar. It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then, surrounding them.
Or in a normal universe full of snake oil salesmen, maybe. Did they cross it? The Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
Is it like astral projection? What has intraponetics changed then?
Nothing. We
Oh.
remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
What kind of effects? Also, aerostatic craft. Explain.
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale.
Uh-huh.
In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
Right, but if we do not?
Then they don't.
Ooh, boy says, closest I can think of is Halicarnassus, which was a Greek city-state in Anatolia, modern Turkey. Right? So, like, I just feel like everything is so close to something that could be a modern, like, in our world, but then it isn't.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
Okay, how much Pale is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1.
Huh.
There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how? To our detriment, or...
What do you think, Detective?
She looks me in the eye. I don't. It's growing. There's more and more of the pale.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
I'm gonna stay silent.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge.
Hawkeye asks, is the pale made of entropy? Maybe? Perhaps? That could be it.
I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go, into the wild pale yonder.
One and all. They say pale is death, but for the universe.
Entropy.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
Well, let's return to reality, please.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective.
She stomps her foot.
Is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
I sometimes sense vague shadows of the past. It's not good.
Then tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
Here are our choices. We've got many of them. We've got 9 of them. Okay. It's terrifying. You are right. It's disco. It will end all life. That we continue to persist at all is a testament of our faith in one another. Its advance can only be stopped with immediate, total, ruthless communism. Its powerful anti-communist force, perhaps too powerful, but still, they have it coming. I'm worried, I have to say, it doesn't sound very liberal to me. I don't know how you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. Who am I to think anything of it? So, I do not think the Pale is political, so I do not think any of the political answers make any sense, even though I'd get communist points for it, because we can get communist points. But I don't think that makes any sense. I feel like saying either that we continue to persist all as a testament to our faith in one another, or you are right, it's disco. Because my character loves disco. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I think we're gonna go with disco. Because we are disco.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes tense, crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
She stops mid-sentence. Oh, okay. Honestly, communist point sounds like a system that communists would come up with. Want to get a coffee? Nah. Can't you need at least 15 communist points to enter? I will say, this investigation will be my masterpiece, the one they remember me by. I promise.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi.
I will.
I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
What?
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
She gives me a slight bow. By the way, I just leveled up, which I feel great about. What was the RCM again?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
You said de facto?
Yes. That means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
Well, what do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
Seems bad. Krellin asks, how late am I streaming? Do I need to eat before CR? I'm going to order food since I already cooked, and I'm probably going to be streaming for another half hour, so a little bit shortly before 9:30 is when I'll end. So basically I'm a thrall to foreign interests?
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it.
She leans in.
Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown.
Oh.
They called it the International Zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
She smiles.
So permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police, the only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
Well, that's all for now. Thank you.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
I really have questions. I'm going to leave, though, because I've got to find my gun without Kim, which is real bad. But I have a lot of questions. A lot of questions about what's happening in reality. You know what I mean? Like, this is somewhat disconcerting. I don't know. So we are living in a place with reality
This coin
islands.
viewer is facing south. It has given up all its secrets. There seems to be a sunken sea fort on the islet in the bay.
I'm leaving. I just was... Yeah, it's a lot to think about, right, Voltiel? It is a lot to think about, and I am thinking about it. I don't know... It's the middle of the night and everybody's gone. We're going to see if we can get our gun, though, without Kim to help keep us safe. Also, I'm feeling nervous. We've got 5 skill points that we can use. We'll probably need some of them to forget memories and then get new ones. We are very close to maybe dealing with our alcoholism. 14 minutes. We've got a bunch of other thoughts and memories that we could think about, but I don't... So here's the problem. The problem is we can only ever have 12 memories at one given time. So if we want to get rid of a memory, we have to pay a point to get rid of it and then pay a point to get a new one, I think. And all of our thoughts are kind of interesting. I think we have one that this physical instrument one. I think we could probably get rid of that one. What helps us be beefy, but we can probably get rid of it and replace it with a different thought. We'll think about that once we get there, I think. Because it costs XP to forget thoughts, but we might need more artistic thoughts or communist thoughts or thoughts about the Pale. Like, maybe if we can get Pale thoughts, we can learn something really important. Because right now, I feel like we need to know more about this. Oh, good night, Atomica. I think we need to know more about the Pale. I don't know what it means. Atomica! You know, it's, The
trap is full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. A few lie on their backs with their legs twitching. Still, No, Phasmid.
Oops.
Poor things.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. So we have to find our gun. And our gun is somewhere along the boardwalk around this fishing village, is my understanding. Exactly where? Let's see. Got some negatives here. Let's see. Someone's been running around with this my sidearm pretending to be a police officer. I must meet her near the old fish market at 10 and get my service weapon back. Just walk past the fishing village until I see the boardwalk. I'm going to quick save is what I'm going to do. So here's the fishing village. My drunk friends. Okay, we're heading towards the boardwalk. I am concerned about what it means that I also, maybe I need to wear other clothing. Do I need, like, better clothing than what I currently have? Do I need, what do I need? This is, no, not authority. This is not that, not that. Maybe not that. Savoir-faire, no, not that. No, not that. Drama, electrochemistry, no, maybe not that. Half-light, I think my other gloves are better. Suggestion could be not bad. Drama, savoir-faire, perception. What are my shoes doing? These are empathy. Empathy is probably not bad. Maybe. Let's go with my boots, though. Okay, this is esprit de corps and shivers. What is my jacket doing? Like, I'm very concerned about my life. This is logic. Let's have a better jacket. This is esprit de corps and shivers. This is suggestion. I don't know what the situation is we're going to get into. This is esprit de corps and visual calculus, which is probably not bad. Let's do that. Ay, ay, ay. What's my shirt doing? All right. My pants are savoir-faire and physical instrument. Not bad. Logic is my shirt. I bet I can get something better than logic. I can probably get a better hat and better shirt. And my glasses are giving me... Okay. Shirt and hat. This hat, I don't want to lose rhetoric. I have no idea what kind of situation we're going to walk into, by the way. This is going to give me rhetoric, but no empathy. Probably not. And we're looking also for hats. Y'all, this gives me a pain threshold. Oh. No. Hat and shirt. This hat is plus logic minus suggestion. Nope. This shirt is conceptualization. What is this? Reflective endurance reaction speed. Oh no, we're gonna, no. Okay, this is what we got, everybody. This is it. I wish I had a reaction speed. No, yeah, we probably want more reaction speed in case people decide to shoot at us. I don't know if I am... Okay, everybody. I don't know if you know this, but I'm concerned. Very much so. So here we are going towards the boardwalk. I don't know where this person is who's running around threatening people with my gun, but I think she might be on the north of here. Are you nervous? Because I am. I'm very nervous right now. Valtiel says we've got this. Okay. Valtiel says we've got this. Which means that maybe we do. And maybe we'll be okay. Now, I will say... What do we've got? Maybe... I'm not quite certain where to find these folks. But... I suppose we have to head north. People... Before we go to bed... I guess this is, Oh! Okay. Here we go. Hi. The aging woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself, then notices me and reaches for the megaphone.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now.
She screams into the megaphone.
Scavenged.
Hey, hey.
Battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand.
I wish Kim were here.
Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
I'm gonna raise my hands.
The man appears to be pulling out an object from his pocket.
No, no, no. No, no, no.
Proceeding event. Split-second decision. Get on the ground.
Ma'am, I just want to talk to you.
Subject yourself to a full body cavity search. Prohibited materials concealed in nostrils.
Okay.
Ears, mouth, navel, urethra, foreskin, vagina, and rectum.
Okay.
In her mind, the cavity search is happening. As long as she's saying it. It appears the things she says are very real to her.
Okay.
The situation looks bad. Calm yourself. Steady your breathing.
Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's the goddamn police shitbag. Cut the pavement. You're under arrest.
Yep.
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs?
You're not the police. Are you on drugs?
Confiscated contraband. Restricted access. 2 kilos missing. Eyewitness report compromised.
Okay. You're not the police. I am the police.
Back up. Back up. Back up. Status unconfirmed.
She lowers the megaphone halfway, but immediately raises it back up again and starts screaming. Lieutenant W. Freitor, Harry Dubois, 41st Precinct.
No. No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth. Aggravated assault. Man down. Officers in pursuit.
Okay.
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
What's the situation?
Law enforcement compromised. Impersonating a police officer.
She screams in the megaphone. Red and blue lights illuminate the spit flying everywhere.
Does she not believe you're actually a police officer?
I really wish Kim were here. I really am a cop. Look, my badge. I'm gonna take out my badge and show it to her.
License and registration. License and registration. Come in dispatch. Sector. Azimuth.
She repeatedly bashes the megaphone against her head, then screams in the bloody mouthpiece.
It's not a code, just disjointed words.
Nope, not right now.
Confined quarters. Assailant coming at me. Split-second decision. Well.
No, 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 no.
Oh my god. Condition black. All systems critical.
No, no, no.
No. They're really not. The gun wasn't even loaded. No shots fired. You're fine.
Okay.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real.
The old woman looks at the treacherous weapon.
Police gun always have bullets.
The gun...
What is this? Why did you sell me this?
The gun lands on the wooden planks and tears run down her scratched cheeks.
She looks devastated. Grab the gun right now. This might be your only chance.
I'm gonna just pick up the gun.
No one ever cares
Her voice is growing fainter. She rocks back and forth slowly.
Great gears are grinding to a halt. The machine is powering down. She's all out of jolt. Okay, you need to figure out what to do with her now.
Without Kim.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
The old woman mumbles, staring blank at the boardwalk. I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you. And I will gently touch her shoulder.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
All right. What am I going to do with you?
The catatonic woman, especially now that she's unarmed, doesn't seem to be a threat to anyone but herself.
Oh. You know what? I'm going to go and do the Titus thing.
Please leave the radio on. Mr. Moran is on Channel 8.
Reflex to what? Being left alone. She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and fleshes now. Maybe if you search her once more.
I should talk to her. I should also save. Also saving right now. Oh my goodness, everybody. This is like a harsh place. You know what I'm saying to you? We did get our gun back. It says, a 3-shot revolving barrel Villiers LaSalle pepper box, typically assigned to officers of the RCM upon reaching the rank of sergeant. The butt of the gun is worn, and the engraving on the side reads, Sunrise Parabellum. This is my gun, no doubt about it. Yeah, I thought we were gonna get shot, everybody. So it says here, ask Titus Hardy and his boys to take care of the pigs. The woman catatonic on the boardwalk. It's their district, their mess, their responsibility. I do want to just talk to her one more time, you know?
The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. Is one of those things a police cap?
Probably.
There were narcotics in there too. You're thinking of taking them? Do.
No. I'm going to pick up the RCM cap.
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
I'm going to shake her shoulder.
The old woman doesn't react to your touch.
I will leave her be. Oh.
Wasteland of reality.
I just finished a thought.
Congrats, you're sober. It will take a while for your body to remember how to metabolize anything that isn't sugar from alcohol. So you're going to be pretty ravenous soon. Eat plenty. You can expect your coordination and balance to improve in a couple of weeks. In 2 months, you might start sleeping like a normal person. Full recovery will take years though. It'll be depressing, and it'll be boring. Don't expect any further rewards or hand claps. This is how normal people are all the time.
Okay. My bonuses are -1 to my physical instrument for insomnia, -1 inland empire for being sober, and -1 to suggestion for being boring, but I get +1 psyche, return of the self, and no positive effects from alcohol. Well, I will accept it. Just gonna get a bunch of negatives right now. Yep, a bunch of negatives. I have a bunch of negatives. I have a bunch of negatives. -1 to encyclopedia, visual calculus, in an empire, authority, suggestion, physical instrument, hand-eye coordination. I'm in a state, everyone. I'm gonna think about this in a moment, but Yeah, I think we need to leave. I feel real bad. I'm gonna call this phone.
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine.
I'm officially sober. Let's dial a number.
Calling. 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 Still calling. Still calling.
Come on.
Stop calling me, man.
Someone picks up. The voice on the other end is slightly hysterical.
I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
You seem to be in some sort of trouble. Maybe I can help you? I'm a police officer.
The phone gets hanged up fast as lightning. All you hear is a little shuffle of nylon as the hand moves on the other end. Disconnect tone.
Everybody, I'm feeling complicated. We gotta talk to Titus Hardy, but I think we have to go to bed first. I do believe we have... Oh, we have a new clothes. We have a new clothes. We have our hat. Thank you, 918. The cap is sturdy and comfortable and seems to retain its form very well. It fits you perfectly. The inside of it smells like cheap tobacco and typewriter ink. It feels familiar somehow. Perhaps it too is yours, though how the pigs got it is a mystery. Hey, look at that. I'm wearing weird pants, but, you know, I mean... having feelings, everybody. We're gonna go back. That's not the way to go back, though. Oh, what's that? Y'all, we're gonna go back to our sleeping plot space. There are people we could chat with, but I just, you know what I mean? It seems very... I've got feelings. That poor lady. Hope she's okay. I mean, she's clearly not okay. But we'll talk to Titus Hardy and maybe, you know.
The old woman still sits in her chair, continuing with her chores. As she does so, she quietly hums to herself. The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of the ocean waves at night.
You're still up?
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. It happens when you grow older.
She sloshes the water in the bucket around for a bit.
My suggestion is don't. Don't grow any older than you already are. That's old enough. What's troubling your mind?
Goodbye, I'm off. Yeah, we're gonna go to our little apartment. Our little, you know, sleeping place.
Getting cold this late in the night. Time to call it.
Thank you, Tyler. If you want to hang out in our Discord, we'll be watching it and you can chat with us if you like. You know, if you're interested. Because we're gonna call it here. Look in the mirror.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression.
Yeah, but I like the expression. We're gonna let it be for now. Before we go to sleep, I think we need to think about our thoughts. So, we have a bunch of thoughts we have in our mind, and we have some thoughts that we could add. I don't know all of their goodnesses, but this one here, Guillaume Le Million, whatever happened to Guillaume Le Million, who, with his amber mane and sparkling teeth, beguiled the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust, or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slendering new lines of some starlit boîte de nuit 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Well, maybe he became a police officer in Rivershaw West. I'm interested in that one. Rigorous self-critique, I think, is not good. Some kind of superstar, I don't think is good. Arno van Eck could be good because it's about our music. Fairweather T5000 is about the big armor. I'm not into it. Hardcore aesthetic. Hardcore, not bad. The Koldamaba d'Aqua could also be good. Here's the problem. There are a lot of really interesting thoughts, right? And I just don't know. There are a lot of thoughts here, right? This is like a lot of cool things. Look at all these thoughts. And I want to have them, but we can only have 12. And many of the ones we have seem really important. So, like, I feel like we really don't need coach physical instrument right now. So we're going to forget this. It costs us 1. Confirm. We don't need to be a beefy burly person, which means we have space for a new thought. It will cost us a skill point to internalize, I think, but at least we have an empty thought. I feel like that's pretty good. I don't know what we'll do with it yet. I think we should maybe leave it empty for the moment as we ponder it, and we're going to go to bed.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Go to sleep. This was super intense today, everybody.
The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Yeah, just let me sleep.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
I'm going to go to bed.
This bastard isn't even listening to you.
I know.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people and then forgets about it.
Shut up. I just want to sleep.
Hear that? Iceman wants to sleep. He doesn't care about killing
I'm not.
people. That's nothing to
That's
him.
not what I said.
Black water under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of
You too.
is much, much worse than that.
Why are you doing this? I just want to sleep. I can almost see the dark.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream, the worst of them all.
Schmelzer says, communists, learning about the nature of reality, pigs, it sure has been a night. It has been. And Voltaire notes that we're in the process of helping a lot of people, to be fair, and that's true. I just feel like these two people are, my limbic system, my ancient reptile brain are being not the last dream.
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
And the air will smell of apricots.
Of hell. An ancient sadness, brother.
Why are you so negative?
10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Okay.
Everything is so okay.
Doesn't sound like it will be okay, though.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
Y'all are not helping with my insomnia.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
I'll open my eyes. I'm not happy with them. Healed my health, though. So, oh, look at him. He does not look great. He's not even in bed. He's just like sitting there looking miserable. Ah, Harry. Harry, my friend. We're gonna save here. We're on day 5. Oh, all right, we're gonna go. Because it's time. I said, 9:30 and I meant it. But while we're here, we've got 4 skill points. We can spend some points on skill stuff. We are wearing clothes. Don't look so bad. We are... Oof. Let's see. We could do better with our drama. We could do better with authority and suggestion, which we're really bad at the moment. That's fine. Mostly, it's fine. Our thoughts are making us not good at being charming. I'll just let you know it. We're doing pretty decent with our... I mean, our physique is our worst stat, right? Because we are not particularly physique-y. And motorics, our hand-eye coordination could be better. Why is it bad? Thoughts, we're recovering from being an alcoholic. We probably should do better with some of these things, but I guess we'll deal with that later, huh? We have got a number of things to take care of. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have tried to get the boots off that guy while I ditched Kim. Didn't do it, but we'll do it later. Y'all. Yeah. Well, we have got things to do. We've got thoughts waiting for us. I want to know more about reality and about the Pale. And I don't know if any of these things will do it, but maybe these ones we don't know yet will. So we'll just leave it there for the moment. But I'm feeling like the next time we show up, which will not be next week, will be the week after, we'll have a lot to ponder. Wow. That was great. That was really good. So I hope you didn't mind hanging out with me as we got to like a really sort of like philosophically thoughtful spot. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And let me tell you when you can find me next. I'm going to be watching Critical Role. You can hang out with me on the Discord. It's lovely. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. on this channel, Eastern, I'll be doing the finale for Seasons of Death Summer, No Grave for Traitors. It's pre-recorded, but I'm going to be there live. I'm going to introduce us and then take us to video. And I'll be in chat with you and hanging out. And also, we might get Ari there in chat if they have a little bit of time while they're driving. And then Saturday, you can find me at noon here for Rain World, where we will die. But maybe we will... We're trying to get through the Delta Sky Lounge to find a hibernation spot. That's our goal. But, we will get there. And then I'm going to be on a 1-week vacation where I'm going to be in a cabin in the woods playing board games. But when I come back, we'll have more. We'll have Crash Jones, Cthulhu Confidential, more Seasons of Death, and more Reading Between the Lines. That's what we'll be doing. So, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it very much. And I will catch you all. Wait. Do I have to tell the station that I have my badge and gun? I didn't tell them that it was missing because they would be really mad at me if they knew that it was missing. So I just kind of didn't tell them that. We are going to raid the Forgotten Troop because we want to give a little bit of love to Hector, or House of Dreams, who's great. And let me see if I can search for the Forgotten Troop. Forgotten Troop. All right. They are doing some Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and let us give them some love just so that we can. When are you back on stream? Tomorrow. That's right. I'm back on stream tomorrow. I think I just said it, but I'll say it one more time. Tomorrow at 7 p.m., I will be doing the season finale of Seasons of Death, Summer. That's 7 p.m. Eastern. And then the next time you'll see me will be Saturday at noon here on this channel, Eastern, for Rain World. And then I'll be gone for a week. And then after that, Wednesday for Reading Between the Lines over on Laugh Love Lindy's at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern for Disco Elysium. So that will be it. So again, the regular Thursday, Friday, Saturday on my stream will be there, but we'll be adding a couple of other things in addition. And I would just like to raid this channel. There we go. Boom. Yes. So tomorrow, Saturday, off for a week. Wednesday on Laugh Love Lindy's, and then also Thursday on my channel for Disco Elysium, Friday for Crash Jones, Saturday for Rain World, and I think that Sunday is going to be Cthulhu Confidential. It should be on my calendar, but I'll just double check. So my friends, thank you. Don't forget the raid commands, which is, boom, that's it. So I will catch you all on the flip side, everybody. Take care, and let's raid. Bye, everybody.